Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 22 of The Full Pour. This is part two, the second part of our Fresh Hop series. So this time we are going to be tasting through, we were originally going to be tasting through 4 Oregon Fresh Hop beers, but we had to get another one. So we did add in a 5th one to try. So let's bring on our awesome panel again. One moment. All right, kiddos, here we are. We've got Ezra, Johnson-Greenough or Greenough? How do I say that? I feel like I'm messing up.
Oh, Greenough.
Greenough. He is the lead writer and owner of New School Beer and Cider. And we've got Bobby Wood again, our advanced Cicerone. I mean, Cicerone, obviously, but anyway. And then Annie, queen of all beer. She is a brewmaster and just brewer extraordinaire. So thank you guys for joining us for our second part. I'm kind of curious, like, if Ezra, if you're going to be, I'm guessing you're pretty excited about this one, huh?
Yeah.
Being in your home state.
I wish we could do them side by side though, so we could like take votes on who has better fresh hop beers, Oregon or Washington.
Oh, really? Because I was going to do Battle of the Freshies, but then I was like, this is a friendly Freshie fair. Okay. So we're just judging them as we go, not Oregon against Washington. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pick sides. So today we've got 5 fresh hops, one kind of by accident, but it was a real good accident. So I'm stoked about it. Let's get into this. And actually, just for our viewers that weren't here before, I'm going to ask one of you guys to take this and just for a refresher, what is a fresh hop beer? What constitutes a fresh hop beer?
It's a beer that is hopped with freshly picked hops from the vine, so they haven't been dried, and it's hops in their purest form.
Within 24 hours from picking.
Yeah, usually technically. Yeah, you could go a little longer, but they start to degrade as soon as they get picked. So the sooner the better.
Yeah. This is why I like the fresh hops, guys. Well, if you're on here, definitely reach out and ask us any questions. And in the meantime, we're going to get to drinking some beer. So let's start off with this is the Ferment Brewing out of Hood River. This is their fresh hop Amarillo Pale Ale. And you know what, Ezra, I'm going to kind of lean on you a little bit too, just because I'm super stoked because I haven't heard of a few of the breweries that are here. And I just was in Hood River. I drove by Ferment. It looks absolutely insane. It's so beautiful. What's kind of their story?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going on 2 years old, maybe 2 years now. The kind of the main brewmaster and his wife started it with another investor, and he's alumni of Frame Family Brewers. He was the original brewmaster at Frame.
Nice.
So they have a really awesome building, as you noted. It's got, it's a huge attraction now, really good food. But he's got a really interesting like repertoire of styles where he likes to do, where you go in there, he's got like these kind of older school English style beers, but then he'll have all these mixed culture beers and wild yeast that he's cultivated himself out in the gorge. And then they have like really good lagers too. So it's kind of like an odd but fun different types of styles. Oh, and they make their own kombucha too. Not hard kombucha, just like real kombucha, real simple tea, not extra fruits and everything.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, talk about being close to Frame. I mean, literally, it's like they've got
like a block away. Yeah,
that's wild. Well, this is a clean ass beer. Let's talk about it. I'm definitely a little bit on the maltier side for like the fresh hops. I feel like maybe that's kind of coming out a little more than the hops for me. But thoughts?
Well, I think on the first sniff, it smelled a little not quite fermented out to me. Honestly, it smelled a little warty. But when you dig into it, I mean, I'm getting a lot of like bready cereal malts in there. But it does have like a nice kind of resinous character of the fresh hops as well, I think.
I don't get. I just get. I get pale ale. I get something that's a little bit on the far end of alcoholic, alcohol for a pale. But I get the fresh hops. It's pretty good. I don't get the wordy. What he means, if people don't know, is that if you have a beer that is, sometimes it can be under attenuated, which means it didn't ferment all the way out. And so you have too much residual sugar. So you can sometimes get the aspect of beer that's not quite done, but I don't get that here. I just get a bigger beer. It might be on the end of the yeast finishing, but
I got it just on the nose, but not so much in the flavor profile. Maybe it was just like the initial whiff of the malts in there.
I have my family here. By the way, they're like checking out the like whiskey stash over here, and so don't mind. We're just at the office, you know.
It might just be our lighting, but Kristin and Ezra, yours look a lot darker than what we got down here.
You know, it's interesting.
With the lighting, yeah.
It does. Ours do look darker than what Annie has, but
mine's not.
Ezra holds it up closer. Yeah, his looks like mine does.
Huh.
What the heck? Look at that.
Maybe yours is maybe yours is a little more aged. I get a little bit of a papery note, which means it just might. I don't know when this one was canned. That's the thing about fresh hops. We talked about it last week. You want to drink it right away. Well, it's not that old. 928. That's pretty young.
I actually picked this one because it was only fairly recently released.
It's still good.
Yeah, it's a good beer. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I certainly am like, it's a very well balanced beer. I like it. I don't know if it's as freshy for me as I really like to see out of my fresh hops, but it's a solid ass beer. Shall we move on? I mean, we've got. Oh, also, by the way, we got to definitely keep this under an hour this time because this Instagram posting, they don't like you to post anything that's over an hour. And we went an hour and like 4 minutes last time because we just had so much fun. Okay,
we'll say one last plug for Ferment Brewing Company before we move on. They make outstanding lagers. That's all I've had with them otherwise.
Well, I noticed that Chris Crabb is part of this. I don't know if she's just doing PR for them, but she's like, I mean, she is kind of the queen of Portland beer and all the events and everything. So
yeah, she started doing PR for them. Actually, another plug for them after GABF last year because they won the gold medal at GABF for their pale ale last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was pretty big coming out of the gate.
Definitely big. I mean, do you know how many beers are submitted at GABF? It's
thousands.
100,000.
No.
I thought Johnny Utah won for the pale ale last year from Georgetown.
Huh? That's also a great
I'm
beer.
almost positive.
Resource that we could utilize to get the answers to this prediction.
Yeah.
Jump on, people. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, give us a hand. We gotta drink beer. What's next?
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. Let's do Breakside. I mean, if I
doesn't it say genetic mosaic on the screen? It says threshold.
Oh gosh. Sorry. Oops. Whoopsies. You guys, lots going on. Okay. This is What Fresh Beast. And if I open this and don't like it, I'm probably going to go jump in the lake right now because that's just crazy. Because I basically like everything that Breakside does.
Well, before you open, make sure it says
and
shake
my
and enjoy.
in-law,
So make sure you shake it really well.
He's tasting the beers as we taste them too. So please join in the conversation and let us know.
I think he was joking.
Yeah. Thanks, Annie.
Okay.
She didn't get that.
We got some dank going on here.
Yeah, very danky.
I mean, this is definitely what I want to smell when I open up a fresh hop.
I don't know if you guys have ever driven down in a Sprinter van and picked up fresh hops during fresh hop season.
Well, I was going through this year.
What the commute back to the brewery with a truck full of hops smells like.
I mean, come on. I would just be in hop heaven. It's weird when you go to Prosser during harvest, it smells like Concord grapes because Welch's grape juice is harvesting and it like legit smells like you open up a jar of grape jelly. Pretty fun.
Quick note, I was checking my facts on the ferment beer. It did win a gold for the pale ale, but it was in the international style pale ale category.
Oh,
So
interesting.
what American style was that?
I believe you were right. It was the Georgetown, I think.
I'm always
Leave it up
right.
to a writer. Leave it up to a writer to be fact checking while we're doing it.
American style pale ale gold medal winner at 2019 GABF. You got Georgetown Brewing, Johnny, Utah. Ding, ding, ding.
You guys, I am so happy about this beer right now. It
It's a
makes me want to do
label.
a Freshie dance.
A freshie dance. Let's see it. It's got a really smooth, clean, firm bitterness, but it's not aggressive. It's super drinkable.
Yeah.
This is brewed with whole cone hops from the 2020 harvest. Okay, do you guys know what the hop build is on this?
No, but I would just guess Mosaic.
Yeah. Mosaic.
Yeah. Is it Mosaic? You guys, we're doing our big Best in the Northwest wine judging today. So I would normally be a lot more prepared. I had notes last time we did this. I was questions for you. This time we're just winging it. And that maybe some of these brewers might jump on, or somebody from these companies, and tell us a little bit of, little info. But I'm freaking loving this. I mean,
yeah, this is good.
What
they got a great brewer there, Natalie. What's Natalie's last name? It's
Baldwin.
Natalie Baldwin. She's badass.
Is she the head brewer there?
I know she does.
She's the R&D innovation brewer.
Yeah, she's got mad skills.
What I found was it's fresh Citra hops, in addition to dried Citra, Mosaic, and Chinook hops.
This Chinook comes in on the back end.
You guys changed my life last episode that we did this because I had no idea that it wasn't always just 100% fresh hops in the beer.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, but I just thought that was
I think mostly though that it is. I talked to Barry and followed up at Lucky Envelope, and his is 100% Centennial.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm waiting to hear back from Robin, but I think that theirs is too. And Fremont's definitely was 100%, but I don't know. It would just defeat the purpose.
Fresh hops, and they'll usually first wort hop them when they're using fresh hops as a bitterness charge. But I just see that as wasteful and unnecessary. I think it's cool if you use 100% fresh hops, but I don't think a fresh hop beer has to be 100% fresh hops to showcase fresh hop character and advertise itself as such.
No, I don't think so either. But I wouldn't be able to know unless I actually asked the brewer. Like Sierra Nevada does their harvest because they're the originator of the style. And
they're the originator from wet hop, aren't they?
Well, what's the difference? Or we have to go back to that question.
No, let's
What's
go
the
back.
difference?
Sierra Nevada started that whole thing of debate.
Yeah.
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 This way.
Well, I love Sierra Nevada. That's my hometown brewery because that's my hometown. But I know theirs is 100%, and that, they use Centennial. But I don't know. Maybe some breweries are using a bittering charge.
But like Sierra Nevada claims that Celebration is a fresh hop beer, even though if you ask them, it's kiln hops.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Mind blown.
You will never find me saying anything bad about Sierra Nevada because without them, there's none of this.
Yeah. Gotta appreciate that. Question though. So I was actually talking with a wine judge earlier, and he said that he has a brewer friend that like just did his first fresh hop, and he just poured all of the hops into the mash or whatever. Like, how do you get it to not like clog everything up? Like, do they use like one of those like laundry bags or something, or some sort of mesh or something? They put the fresh hops in there and then put it in?
It depends how and when they're adding the hops as to the risk of clogging and the methods they might use to avoid it. But I know some breweries will take their beer and right after they've brewed it and knocked it out cold, they'll rack it into their fermenter right onto fresh hops, and they'll put the fresh hops into mesh bags. Sometimes, but not always, when they're dry hopping with fresh hops, they'll put them into mesh bags. Anytime it's used in the mash tun, they're just putting it on top of or maybe underneath the grain bed, but usually on top of. Or if you're putting it in like a hop back or a whirlpool that has like built-in kind of filtration or devices that are going to keep the hops from clogging things up. So depends.
By the way, Adam Sawyer said, "Cheers, you beautiful group of fresh hop sippers." Thank you, Adam.
Cheers, Adam.
We love you, Adam. Let me talk to you guys about one other thing too. And I don't really want to waste this, but you should be sharing my beers with me because I'm not drinking all of them. So I interestingly got this is just so weird for me to even say out loud. A barrel-aged fresh hop beer.
Cool.
Does that just seem counterintuitive, or I'm like so confused at the thought of like
define age.
And what style of beer
It
is
could
it?
be 24 hours. It could be,
I
it's been
can't
old school,
grab it.
old school IPA, and then pumped into a barrel, and then filled with hops. I mean, you'd have to know the process.
Yeah, like I know Garden Path up in
Yeah.
Skagit, and I'm sure other breweries as well have thrown fresh hops into a cool ship while they're like cooling their beer and allowing it to spontaneously ferment, and then they age it out for months to years in barrels, who knows how long. And that's just a totally different approach than utilizing fresh hops in an IPA.
And you make a good point because Garden Path barrel aged fresh hop is fantastic.
Yeah, but it's just not like the style of beers we're drinking today.
No,
right. I was just
What
confused.
beer were you talking about? 'Cause
Like,
I do know the Guard is doing that right now. They just released.
you know
some.
what? I have a
Tell us
bottle of
more,
it,
Kristin. We need
I'll
answers.
go get it.
I can't because it's like I was so perplexed. I mean, it's not like I'm saying anything bad about it, I guess, right?
No, it's just you have us all titillated.
Okay, fine. Hold on. I'll go grab it.
All right, guys. While Kristin's not here,
Oh,
back. Dang.
I'm never too far away.
That lantern.
Lantern. Well,
Cicerone barrel-aged fresh hop ale. Barreled for 4 months. So how is that even possible?
I'm guessing that that's like a mixed culture or like funky or sour kind of beer. I don't know. Otherwise, what's the point?
We're
So-
talking Oregon. We're talking Oregon here, and we got to keep going. Okay.
Well,
Go ahead, Ezra.
I was going to do another Oregon plug. Is just last weekend,
This one.
DeGard released like 3 different barrel-aged fresh hop beers, and they actually filled the fresh hops into multiple barrels, and then aged the beer. They took a 2-year-old spontaneous fermented beer and then aged it in one barrel over fresh hops, and then pumped into another barrel over different fresh hops, and then into another barrel with fresh hops. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I just think it's just it's literally not something I've ever heard of. So that's why I was like, but to like understand that these other places are doing it, it's not like this just random crazy one-off. Pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
You guys, let's do, I might have had this before. Let's do the threshold. This beer is traveled. It's very well traveled. It's one single one.
I've never heard of these guys.
Yeah, so I'm going to, oops, where'd Annie go? Annie gone.
No.
We'll wait till she comes back, but we'll, in the meantime, give us a little heads up on these folks.
Threshold Brewing is a small neighborhood brewery. It's actually like one of the breweries closest to where I live. They've been open only a little over a year now. The head brewer, co-owner, is a guy that came from Poland. He's really inspired by both beers of New England, Vermont area, as well as European beers. They're a 10-barrel brewery. They're focusing on hazies and also like barrel-aged beers. In this beer, actually, as Bobby was talking about going to the hop fields to pick up fresh hops, I actually went with them to pick up the fresh hops for this beer. I was on the ride.
Oh, and this is an IPA, right?
This is IPA, and this is a 100% fresh hop beer too.
Wait, which beer are we on?
This is the threshold. Sorry, Annie, where did you go to? We missed you so.
Sorry.
Did you just lose connection?
Yeah, I clicked I pushed a chat button and I threw myself out.
It happens. Yes, this is the threshold. Also, husband and wife team, right?
Yeah.
I spoke with his wife the other day.
Yarrick and Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. It's interesting. I remember now tasting this beer, and I thought maybe at first, if I were to smell it with blindfolded, that I might be smelling like a Kolsch or a Pilsner almost at first.
It does have a really toned back hop quality, and not necessarily in a bad way. Like the bitterness is not all that aggressive. Yeah. It's really not abundantly aromatic, but the aromas that are there are delightful and intriguing.
And it's interesting that I actually wouldn't have thought Mosaic on this, but it does kind of, because I had a hint of spearmint kind of thing.
Yeah, I get reminds me of root beer kind of in a weird way.
Yeah, like sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Little
It's such a clean beer though too. For how well this is traveled, it's quite nice.
Good.
I will finish this can before the night's over. I can tell you that much.
I'm going to be Ubering home from the office. That's not for I live very close to home. Don't worry. Erin was actually going to stop by here and have some of my beers, and I don't know what happened to her. Hi, Erin. I hope you're maybe on here or something. Well, what do you guys have to say about it? This one.
It's interesting. I feel like I definitely get some of the green, notes of a fresh hop beer. It doesn't have some of the sharper, more refined notes you get from a kiln top.
Yeah, I get it. It's a little more fruity.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that minty, earthy, and then that light bit of blueberry, you know.
Yeah, I definitely am getting a little bit of fruit.
But I like that for a change in fresh hops.
This is
You know?
a clean ass beer. It's a good
beer.
beer. It's
Yeah.
you know, I
Really
really
good.
don't have anything bad to say about it. If it were in a lineup of 10 fresh hops, I don't know where it would fall because I don't get like the super danky quality, but that doesn't mean it's not great.
I don't know. I put this in my top 10 for sure.
You
That's
would?
it.
Yeah, if this is amongst 10 fresh hop beers, easily in my top 10.
It's nice because with the fresh hop, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, it's an expression of the hop with whatever grains they're using, and then the yeast is bringing it all together. So this is a nice beer. That's good stuff. There haven't been any dogs so
I
far.
dare to say my favorite of the night thus far.
Ooh.
Not at all what I expected, but really delightful.
Your favorite? Wow.
Thus far, yeah.
Wow.
Thus far.
We're done, guys. There's plenty more beer to go.
There is. We've got 2 more real fun ones. I'm so excited. I mean, first of all, we are talking about Oregon. We're all about you, Oregon, right now. But this Ruse one that we have is a collaboration with our friend Chuck from Chuck's Hop Shop here in Seattle. And I might have had this before. Maybe I had it last night. It's freaking delicious. I don't even want to get there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm really excited also to talk about this beer. Because I found one of my new favorites in Portland. All right, bottoms up. Let's go to the Old Town. Hopicana.
The Old Town?
Yes. First of all,
another brewery I have not heard of.
Dude, okay, listen to this. When they sent us the beer, smart folks these people are, because they also sent along their other beers for you to try. And I'm not kidding you, like I'm absolutely in love with them. Like I haven't even tried this beer yet, but like I had their IPA, I had their what was the one we were talking about, Ezra? I have like 10 photos of it.
Pillow Fist.
Pillow what?
Pillow Fist.
Pillow Fist. Duh. It was so beautiful. It was like seriously, like I like lost my trousers. Like I was just like, this is like one of the best beers I've ever had.
So Old Town Brewing is probably one of the most underrated breweries in Oregon, and it's strange in some ways because they've won a ton of medals that they're not, is well known. Like you wouldn't have heard, like Bobby, you hadn't heard of them, but they actually won the gold medal at GABF for fresh hop beer in 2013.
Oh, they've been around a while.
First of all, look at this. It's so beautiful.
They've won a ton of awards. I think they won like a gold and 2 golds and a silver at the last World Beer Cup.
I'd also like to say their branding is really clean and well.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
I don't know how they get away with such copyright infringement. That's what I always worry about when I see breweries do things.
It's at large in the industry, and I'm going to venture to guess that they get away with it because they're only brewing this one time.
Look at
they've been brewing that beer for years.
This is their like normal labels.
Yeah.
And they changed the color down here for each one of their beers. But I'm telling you,
I really respect that they got all this information and statistics on the side, and what they don't have on there is IBUs, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Consumers don't care or understand IBUs.
They shouldn't care
more than anything. You know? Okay. Let's try this. So would they call this a hazy? Yep. Fresh hop hazy. And
that fresh off the farm smell as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, so different than the last two beers we had. So different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't get this pillowy mouthfeel, and I don't like pillowy. You could just say soft, because who eats pillows?
I haven't eaten one lately.
No, it's good though. But it's how old is this one?
September 24th. The
Oh,
can.
it's not that old. It's not my favorite, but it's really good.
You know, I have to be honest. I had the IPA that I had from them tasted more like a fresh hop than this does to me. It's really interesting. I mean, it's.
This isn't. I'm
Sorry,
not very hazy. I mean,
It's not mine.
It's supposed to be like
Mine
the
looks
hazy.
hazier than it's mildly. It's very mild hazy.
It's not clear, but Annie, are you saying you don't like hazy IPAs, but you're also upset?
No.
that
I like this one is good. This is what I would consider a hazy. This Breakside, because it probably has some beer that doesn't have some hustless grain in it, maybe wheat or oat or spelt or whatever. But this one is might just be hazy, I guess, from the hop oils. I don't know what
It's got some flaked oats in there.
Yeah, I don't find it as refined. I don't find it very refined, and I'm only saying that as from coming from my judging background.
Yes, this is constructive criticism, Annie. You're all
Yeah,
good.
not the brewing, but if I was putting on my national hat, my BJCP, it's okay. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't have another.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm being honest with you. Don't send me hate
Maybe
mail.
if you had it a week ago, it would be a totally different experience too.
Probably.
Hey, I have another IPA from them.
And I got it. I would love it. I mean, I would still very much pay for this sample, but I wouldn't go seek it out.
I'm gonna bring you some of their other stuff because I think this is good.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I'm telling you,
Shanghai.
this, yes, like legit, like the other, I've had two of their IPAs now, and they both knocked my freaking socks off. Like I was like, holy shit, these are damn fine beers.
That Shanghai IPA has won both a gold and a silver at the GABF.
Well, I'm gonna seek those out.
I'll drop it off on your porch.
That sounds great.
Okay, well, why don't we finish this out with now were they like the overall winner, Ezra, for the Oregon Fresh Hop Awards?
There's not like an overall winner. There's like 3 different categories.
Okay. And this was for hazy?
Yeah.
So why don't we pull open this? That's Chuck. Right here. He looks very much like that.
And that's like that like old school Americana kitty clock, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, it even says kitty cat on it.
And then the tail.
Is that IP theft, Annie? Is that something they should be concerned of?
The wall clock? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I always see people like take over like the Campbell soup. That's a big one.
Rampant in this industry.
I know.
Okay.
I just worry that the brewery is going to get sued. Because I don't want them to get sued.
I
I'm
mean,
a worrier.
it's so hard.
And they go, okay, fine.
It's so hard to like come up with like original names for everything. You know what I mean? Like it's not, let alone like just having your company name, but then as a brewery, like having to like make sure you're not infringing on anybody's trademarks over, every beer you brew. That's freaking nuts. First of all, this is hazy.
Yeah.
Very easy.
That has that soft mouth feel.
It's got like a fruit gummy aroma. Almost like
OMG, you guys. OMG. This is a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's just honestly like the nose is like nice. It's literally like it's on your palate. It's just like boom, 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 fireworks, hops.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
This is damn fine.
they said it has buckets, which doesn't surprise me, of spelt oats and wheat.
Oh,
So that's going to get you that hazy appearance and that pillowy mouthfeel. And then hopped with Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy, which really those 3 hops in particular, I consider to be like cheat code hops or like the MSG of hops. Like they just
The
like
Holy Trinity.
it's too easy to like put those in a hop forward beer and make it good.
well, Chuck probably knew that. That's why he asked for that. But tell us, Ezra, a little bit about Brewing, because they've pretty much like busted out on the scene. Like, I mean, they've been around for how many years?
Well, that's kind of a funny story because so they started off producing beer under an alternating proprietorship without their own location at Culmination Brewing in Portland before they actually were their own space, and now they own their own brewery and have their own tap room and everything. But they started just producing it at Culmination, and they actually had put in their own tanks at Culmination Brewing. Now I believe they're a 10-barrel brewery now. And
You're frozen, by the way. Just FYI, Ezra. It's like it's really nice because it's weird. You're not your face isn't moving, but your mouth is, saying things.
But it's a good freeze. It's like it's a flattering freeze. It's nothing you worry about.
It's a flattering freeze on you. I think it's
Still?
for you. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're totally frozen. Okay, but is Culmination was next to what was like Oregon Mead and Cider?
Right.
yeah.
Okay. That guy was a hoot and a half.
That's for sure. yeah. You're
You let
so
him?
right.
Oh my God, he was amazing because he's a freaking scientist.
Yeah.
There you go. There you are.
Do I look like I'm frozen?
No. Yes, now it does. Okay, so tell us a little bit again. How long have they been like?
Okay, they're I think they're only about 2 years old now, but yeah, they've became darlings of the scene, and I should note that those guys are friends of mine from before they opened Ruse, and I actually designed a lot of the bottle labels for them.
You did?
Not this can though. I did not design their can. But I've done a lot of their farmhouse labels. They do a lot of like farmhouse mixed culture stuff. But then, they're one of those breweries that came out and they're like, we're going to do a lot of like mixed culture, a lot of saisons, as well as like IPAs and stuff. And then they found, their IPAs and those styles have just been huge hits and they've done really well. They've won a few medals and stuff. So they're really going full bore with that and kicking ass.
That's awesome.
A tale is oldest time in this industry.
The
What was that?
A tale is oldest time in this industry.
Right,
A
exactly.
brewery's like, I'm going to make this type of beer. And then a couple years later, they're like, I make IPAs now.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I feel like kind of about Ballard. It's a very IPA like driven like area. And so I'm just curious how some of the other breweries that don't do IPAs are doing in that area. But that's, we can't talk about that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we won't talk about that. We're talking about it.
Ezra, you're frozen again. My God, you're frozen again. This one is not as flattering as the
Well,
last.
it's kind of like an actor has like a headshot with different emotions. This is just going full range of Ezra,
You are. You're giving us a full range. I love that. What is
Ezra's t-shirt? He's wearing a t-shirt from one of my favorite breweries.
I know. We all love Heater Allen. I mean,
Yeah.
how could you not like Heater Allen?
I had a
Yeah.
Heater Allen Pilsner and a Dick's cheeseburger yesterday.
Oh,
You know how
damn!
happy I am.
That's a great
What
pairing.
like?
That's a great pairing. Have you guys been to that brewery in McMinnville that's by? Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on the name. Oh, they have the Galaxy stuff in the. Anyway, I already forgot it. So I like it, but
Oh, I got your back.
can't really do much to tell you more because I can't remember the freaking name. But
Wait, am I unfrozen yet?
Oh wait, I thought you were unfrozen, but you actually are.
Refroze.
This is amazing. My brother-in-law is dying over here. He's drinking all my fresh hops and dying.
At least it's frozen with a good good
Ezra,
shot. So really
you are giving
flattering.
such good face right now, and you just don't even know that you're frozen. That's
I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to believe that he's not just posing and pausing the camera.
I love it. Ezra, we're laughing with you.
Well, the Ruse beer is really, really good. And it's kind of reminds me of the Cloudburst from last week.
I
But
agree. And to be honest, I had this beer last night and I grabbed a different 4-pack. And I was a little disappointed because there was a carbonation issue a little bit. But this one that I'm trying, so do you guys have any of that, or low carbonation? Because this is perfect. Ezra, are you completely gone or are you there? Talk to me. Are you there?
we can do better than Ezra. I made a joke.
That was a good one. Let me text them. Well, I mean, if we are here, will you just text him and say you're frozen, completely frozen? Let's remove him. There. Okay, there we go. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back to us.
Beautiful.
I mean, but while he's gone,
You guys
Should
wanna
we
try
talk
something
about him?
fun? You want to try something really fun while he's gone?
no, I wanted to ask about
Coordination.
There he
There you
comes.
are! In the flesh. In
He
the
just
real.
needed to move in the bottom frame.
Yeah, I saw and was talking the whole time. I don't know. I had to refresh my browser and back.
Those browsers get so stale, they just need a little refreshies.
What was the McMinnville brewery we're talking about, Kristin?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, oh God, I'm talking. I'm definitely hoping Ezra's going to pick up what I'm putting down. And
Heater Allen's in McMinnville, right?
Yeah.
McMinnville Brewery. Okay. It's the one that has the space theme. Allegory. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love them.
They're not producing beer anymore.
Are they doing hard seltzer?
Oh,
They're open, but they're just not making beer.
well,
They
that
still
seems
serve other people's beer or serving beer
Yeah,
that
actually, they've been kind of serving as a de facto tap room for Heater Allen since the pandemic because Heater Allen basically it was never reopened their tap room.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
wild time.
So they're serving, and they do have some. They do still have some Allegory brewing beer, but they're not brewing new beer at this point. They haven't brewed any new beer since March. Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Too bad because what I had when I was there was really good, and
No, totally. They made some really good beer, and their brewer is very, very good. But I don't know what their status is, what their plan is going forward. Really, actually.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna pour a little more.
Do it.
Why the hell not?
Can I ask you guys a favor? I want to try something that might be really stupid.
Yeah.
I want to see if almost Brady Bunch style, if we can cheers right into the center all together. And keep in mind your camera has things backwards, so you got to really figure it out. And if we can get a little dink right in the center.
Okay. Wait, I gotta do a practice round. Okay, there it is.
Right? It's not intuitive, but
Right there.
we gotta go like a 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Clink, 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 clink. Oh, that worked great. That made me so happy. Cheers,
I
guys.
love it too. It's so fun.
More.
I love that. Well, you guys, okay, let's talk about this. Let's be real. Come on. I mean, if we are going to Washington versus Oregon, we all selected these beers, mind you. Like, who do you think kind of like showed up a little bit? Washington or Oregon?
Let me preface for all of us by saying that Washington and Oregon both showed up.
Yeah, they showed up.
They're, like,
Okay, wait, screw that. Don't even answer. First of all,
Well,
there's three of us are
I'm
from
going to say
Washington.
I'm from California, and
Okay.
I'm going to go with Washington
Okay.
for the ones that we had. I'm
Oh my
leaning
God.
Washington.
Bobby, what the hell with your name?
What do you mean?
That's not his. That's my
only
name.
on occasions, special occasions.
That's my Twitter handle. I mean, my Instagram handle.
Okay, I
Smells like
got it.
hot dog.
Okay, let's not Washington versus Oregon because they all have their own. They're just great. But I'm definitely getting buzzy right now. What the heck? Okay.
You're buzzy now.
Yeah, I'm buzzy now. I was buzzy around noon. Anyway, what was your overall, what you feel was the truest expression of a fresh hop from all 9 beers that we tried over the last 2?
Wow.
I got a tie.
Yeah, I got 2 in mind as well.
Well, Annie, do you want to start then?
I liked the Centennial from Lucky Envelope. I like this one.
Is
the
that
Ruse.
the Chucks? The Ruse?
Yeah. The Chucks. The Ruse. I think those are my top 2, and then I come with a Cloudburst. Then I'll come in with
You didn't
Breakside
like
and
the
Stoop.
Breakside? Yeah.
Well, let me.
Breakside, I loved it. I don't know shit.
I know, it's like
They're
hard
all-
because I'm like,
Forget
who's
it.
your
They're
favorite
all good.
style?
They're all really good.
Well,
You know,
as
There's
Ezra
only
was
one I did not like personally, but I like their other fresh hop beer. But the Fremont one was
Yeah, it would
it's still clawing down my throat.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they're all good. They're
Yeah.
both Oregon, Washington. You can't beat them. You can't beat them.
No, we're
They
back.
beat California. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We got a
Okay.
great lineup of beers on both of these tastings, and the first 2 that came to mind for me is like excellent expressions of fresh hop beer were the Centennial Pilsner from Lucky Envelope, just like you, Annie, and then the Breakside Fresh Hop.
That was
But I
good.
have to like give honorable mentions to the Ruse Chucks collab and the Cloudburst beer, which I thought were both fantastic amongst beers.
Fantastic.
And then even that Fremont beer, while the hop burn certainly was there, I would like to give it some accolades just for how unique the aromatic experience was on that. Like it showcased some really cool hop profiles that you don't come across very often. Good beer.
Yeah. We didn't have it, but the Stoop Pilsner, Italian Pilsner, fresh hop,
We never tasted that live, but man,
that beer is great.
Yeah, I just had it last night too. God,
This is fantastic.
Have you guys had the Chain Line Fresh Hop Italian Pilsner?
The what?
No, but I heard great things.
Chain Line.
Yeah. I heard good things
No,
about
I
that
haven't
too.
had it yet, but I mean, they do great pilsners. Like I freaking love their like lager style stuff. I'll seek it out. In fact, maybe I could just message them and say, "Can you please bring me some fresh hops?"
If they say no, you can message me and say please, and I'll swing over there for you.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. Okay,
Very much.
Ezra, what up? Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, yeah. I mean, both Washington and Oregon make great fresh hop beers, but just
we don't
based
have to
on
do
what
Washington
ones.
and Oregon. We're not doing Washington and Oregon anymore. It's just what are your best fresh hop? What do you think was the most truest expression of a fresh hop? Washington or Oregon? Which ones were you loving? Or what was your favorite?
Panels. The stoop personally, and the Breakside and the Riz.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, so I am going to say my favorite was the Breakside. And then it was so goddamn good. And I would say that like my second would be the stoop because it was insane. I mean, I love Cloudburst, so I drink that all the time. And so, I mean, I love Cloudburst, but that ruse is just, I mean, I just poured myself some more. That's how good it was. Mm-hmm. So I think they're all good. I think we all picked really great things. And everyone out there, just go try as much and tag us on, at Sip Magazine so that we can share your Freshies with everyone. And I don't know what we're going to do next, you guys, but let's reconvene for maybe some winter beers or something.
Yeah. I love Wassail's winter beers. And they're the ones you only get certain time of year. And then we have to meet and do barley wines.
Oh,
we could do barrel-aged fresh hop beers in a couple months, guys.
Oh, God. You guys, if we did barley wine, I might have to take that from my bed because those things are so high in alcohol. That's actually a good one because I think that there's a lot of people don't understand what barley wine is. They think it's beer wine, and whatever. But let's drop some knowledge on them. Let's do it. All right, guys.
So have you ever done pairings on these?
Beer what?
Have you ever done pairings on the show, the live?
Well, we have not. No.
What about beer and cheese pairings or something like that? I think that would be fun.
We need Jackie Dog.
I love that. In fact, I need
some
cheese in my life right now. But yes, let's do that. Okay, Ezra. Boom. Why don't you put that?
You know what? There is a beer and there is a cheesemonger in town, Gilbert, who does cheese. Well, before the pandemic, he did cheese and beer pairings at different breweries. That's somebody you should.
Okay, well, let me before you guys. We literally have to get off in 5 minutes. But let me tell you something real quick. There is a place. What is the place, Ezra, in Portland? The Cheese Guy. The Cheese Guy.
Steve Jones Cheese Bar.
Oh my God! First of all, that place is the freaking holy grail of cheese and beverage pairings in general. He was one of the first people to start pairing ciders and cheeses. Many, many years ago, before anybody even, I was going to say before they knew about cider, but they have. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, Steve Jones is the man for that.
He is the man. I mean, it's so awesome.
World champion cheesemonger.
Totally. Well, let's do that. We're going to do beer and cheese pairings next. Not next week. I might need a break.
I like cheese.
Okay. I like cheese and not like. And if we do Murray's cheeses, because they always have a great selection, then everybody in Oregon can get their cheeses and our cheeses at the same time. Okay. I love you guys.
Do half Washington and half Oregon cheese. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Let's throw in a California cheese. Why not?
Why not?
All right.
Cypress Grove.
That sounds good.
We love you too, Kristin. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Cheers.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. You're so freaking awesome. I'll see you guys soon.
Cheers, guys.
Peace out. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I actually don't even know what we have planned for next week, but anyway, follow us at sipmagazine.com and give us a follow. And if you guys want any recommendations of any fresh hops, I mean, I've drank probably about 60 by now. So peace out. Have a good night. Thanks so much.